JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, gunmen unleash terror in two St. James communities. Please remember to subscribe, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items. 3 persons were shot and killed, 1 injured, and another burned to death in his home as gunmen carried out 2 separate attacks in the St. James communities of Granville and Niagara. Those killed have been identified as 37-year-old Lydia Williams, otherwise called Alicia, and her common-law husband, 31-year-old Nicholas Williams, otherwise called Duppy, both unemployed of Niagara, along with 30-year-old Hussein Brown, otherwise called Nico, and 64-year-old Ensworth Buckner, otherwise called Lancebread, both of guns driving Granville, St. James. In the first incident, Williams and his girlfriend were asleep in their board house about 4:30 a.m. on Saturday, when men armed with guns kicked open the door to the house and opened fire, hitting them both. During a search of the couple's home, investigators also discovered a loaded .38 revolver under Nicholas Williams' pillow. Residents gathered outside the home of the victims lashed out at the manner in which Lydia died. Sherry Finley said that her mother, Lydia, an epileptic, was a kind and loving person. My mother trouble with fits, and would have looked so one day that the sickness might have killed her, but nobody was looking for her to be murdered in her sleep by gunmen, Finley said. The other incident took place shortly after 1 a.m. on Sunday. Men armed with high-powered rifles traveled on foot to a family yard at Guns Drive and opened fire, hitting Brown several times. His house was then burned to the ground. The fire spread to 2 other houses, destroying both dwellings and burning Buckner to death. While the police were processing the scene, gunshots were heard coming from another section of the community. Another resident was shot in his upper body and rushed to hospital, where he was admitted in critical condition. Buckner's eldest daughter, Nikisha, who said she was inside her home when she heard the barrage of gunshots, got a telephone call that her father's house was on fire, but she was fearful of venturing outside. "It sounded like a World War II broke out in the community," Buckner said. "When me do get a chance to come out that time, my father already burned to death and him house burned down flat." Tafika Blake, Brown's sister, also shared that her family has been struck with a series of tragedies over the last 2 years. "Gunman just killed our younger brother Odina Burn Savannah in a St. Elizabeth, and at this Wednesday we are planning for bury him. And see it now, gunman can't kill Hussein," the whipping woman said. A family member died in childbirth in 2019. Following the shooting, National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang and St. James West Central Member of Parliament Marlene Malahoo Fort toured the community and spoke to grieving relatives of both victims. "If you follow the crime pattern, it was obviously a well-planned operation," Chang said of the 1 a.m. attack. "And although it was designed to take the police off guard, they were very near because they were here in Granville and they responded almost immediately. But at that hour in the morning with the darkness and men with high-powered weapons, the police had to be very careful how they engaged them," Chang said. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.